Good morning or afternoon. It's almost afternoon. So I'm going to do a little video on a new addition I've got to the Bronco. So it's not actually something that goes in the or on the Bronco, but it's a tire inflation system. And actually, I've been waiting, looking forward to this for a while now, because since if you don't know, I love to take the Bronco on the dunes down Cape Cod. So when we go down, normally have to deflate the tires to get on the beach, and so when we say come back, usually there's a station where you can inflate the tires or re-inflate the tires and go home. So I was hoping maybe this year, I'm not sure if I can actually get in because of the government shutdown, but I'm hoping that I can go off season. Sometimes they give an off season pass, so I'm going to try and see if I can get that this year. But anyways, this compressor can help, even if it's in season, but it inflates all 4 tires, and it runs its little own compressor, and said it inflates all 4 tires at the same time. So hopefully we'll see how it works. And the first time opening it, I've actually had the compressor and the hoses for over a week now, but my Bronco was in the shop for a recall for the for the shocks. So so I've been waiting for this. So I'm going to try it out and see how it goes. And this is the first time trying it, so you get to see it with me. All right, so I got the Bronco going, and so first I'm going to have to deflate the tires, and like normally I would at the beach. And so I use these. These are all top deflators, and they can be set. So I set them to 12 psi, so it should deflate to 12 psi. And then once I get them all deflated, I'll unbox the MORRflate compressor and try it out. All right, here we go. There we go. Deflators. One, and I will get to the other ones. All right, and so letting the tires deflate, it takes more or less 5 minutes maybe for them to deflate with those deflators. And so I got the MORRflate box and the hoses and ready to go. So first time taking it out, so couldn't wait. I wanted to take it out earlier, but said hold off to do this test, this video. So so we'll get another couple minutes, and then tire should be low enough to, well, it can be low enough anyways, but to try it out and see how long it takes, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so I got it down to almost like one's like 1 at 9, but I got till like 11 on most of the tires. So we're starting going and set unboxing and testing it out. Alright, take it out of the box. It's a little heavy. Nah, not too bad, about 15-20 pounds maybe. I don't think I need this again, hopefully. Alright, and so it has to be attached to the battery. Zip up the hood already. A little dusty in there. You can see I haven't opened it because it's still in the bag. we go. There's the unit, and I got the like I say, the upper one because definitely wanted more power for it. And the hoses I got, I guess, you know, from MORRflate, you can get two sizes. You can get I think it's 100 inches and maybe 120 for the 4-door. I guess I got the 100 because it's only a 2-door, so didn't need that much, you know, that much space. So it's a little cheaper for the, if you have a 2-door, to, you know, get the smaller size. But other than that, you know, said I wouldn't skimp on it. Oh, of course, I got a zip tie up, which I didn't bring a knife out to cut. All right. So, runs off the battery. Get that ready. Okay, and have to get a scissors or something to cut. All right, one moment. All right, and we're back. Scissors. So need I think there's only one. Yeah, there's only one thing you have to cut here. There we go. Set. All right. Now, of course, I'm doing it without an instruction manual, which most of us do, but if you want to follow it, it's pretty self-explanatory. Pop it into the system, hold back, make sure it's locked in. Put it up here. And I think I'm going to get it ready before I actually attach it to the battery. These are Velcros, so it makes it easy. Make sure not to lose them. Put it in your pocket or put it in a bag so you don't lose them. Put them in the bag. All right, we'll do this side. Okay, so there's definitely sizing, like, so one's, definitely shorter than the other one. So one goes to the back, one goes to the front. So this goes to the front, has like one of those pressure valves, so you just put it, lock it on. Locks on pretty good. All right, let's go to the back, see how long it lasts. That locks on pretty good too. All right, going good so far, nice and easy. And I'd like to thank MORRflate because we actually got a good buy with the Bronco group, New England Bronco Nation, and so definitely good. And they, even with the constraints with getting it in here and stuff like that, they were very helpful, and they got us, got the group buy out pretty quick in delivery. I actually had planned to go to the Cape and try this, but it said I had to get the recall done first, so I had to wait a week. So I've been waiting, said a long time for this. All right, so same side. Said it comes down, pull down, you put it on, and you lock it in like that. All right, everything's locked in. And so I guess we're just gonna put it on, power it on, see how it goes. And then it's going to time it too, try to time it and see how much time it takes. Nice locks on there, pretty easy. You know, sometimes those even charger cables are terrible to get on them, but just popped on pretty good. Yeah, let's take a look. Still has plastic on it. All right. So light looks up. So we got power. And so I'm gonna put it to, I usually inflate for street stuff, usually about 37, 38 PSI. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, let me see, maybe to 5, 6, 7, set it to 38. All right, so we started at 11:54:30. I think everything's going. One little stop there. I didn't know sure if it's just because I just turned on the gauge there. So it's reading 25.8 right now at the second. Keeps going up, but I'm not sure if that's for all 4 tires that it's registering, or if it's like maybe one, and you know, said once all reach 30, 38, that it'll stop. It says 27. Now I've had other, you know, compressors and stuff. I've tried the like single ones in time. Actually, the older ones I've had, like always, especially with bigger tires, like they kick out, you know, like within a few minutes. Like maybe they do one tire and then it just gets too hot. So like I say, we'll test the temperature too once this is done, and you know, see how hot it gets. But that's usually like the downfall of tire inflators is that, especially for trucks, is like I said, they don't inflate enough and they get too hot quickly because the motors are running so hot, you know, so high. But these are like a dual compressor. I actually thought about getting one for the in the chamber, but it, you know, I saw this and you know, I like especially the hosing going to, you know, to all the tires. So it was a great buy. So I'll go with this. So right now we're reading 31.5. Which is pretty good. It stopped it once again. Maybe it's just testing. $32. Let me see, make sure I'm still taping here. Yep. Check to see if this this register is a battery operated, or if it's like it looks like it's the pressure gauge for all, you know, all the hoses. It does have an on-off, so I have to make sure I turn it off when I'm done, so it doesn't, you know, the battery. It does have a battery symbol on the side too. So it's reading 36 right now. So it did have 2 pauses, I guess, but they didn't last long at all. And it's only been 3.5 minutes. So I think it's registering each tire, and it was at 38 and stopped. But then once it stopped, one of it showed up like a 31 or something like that. So I don't know if that meant it was one tire was different. Let's go around and check the tires. So I don't hear any leaks in the tires. It's registering 40 on there. It says 36 on the compressor. All right, it says 38 on the compressor, and it's reading 37.9 on the gauge here. So I think we're good. All right, so I'm gonna turn it off, disconnect one tire at a time, and test the pressure with my gauge. All right, so turn it off. Hitting the power button, and I don't know, I can't tell it's still reading the pressure, so I don't know if it's off or. Now it is a little warm, but not as warm as I felt other ones. These fins probably cool it off pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna try and I don't know if I have to disconnect the battery first. I'm gonna try and disconnect one tire and see if it hopefully doesn't blow off. Okay, no, just a little puff, turned off. All right, let's test with the gauge. And it says 35.5. $35.5. $35.5. $37. So 3 were 35.5 and 1 was 37. The closest one to the front here. So it might have to compensate a little bit. So if it's reading 37 and it's 35.5, it might have to go like to 40, and then maybe all the tires will be like 37 or 38. So I'm gonna try that. So I'm gonna hook it back up. It's probably accounting for the air in the lines too, maybe. So that's where maybe the difference is. Okay. I love the it's very easy to get on the tie, the seal. So just kind of, it's already pulled down. You just push it up, and then pull up the sleeve, push up the sleeve. All right, so they're all on. So I'm going to change the pressure to 40 and then test it out. 40. Still going? We're good? So I love the bag it comes with, and the bag for the hoses too is great. You know, they really thought about, you know, putting it together and stuff, the package, and making it easy to transport. You said this should work great for the beach, and I know some people use it, you know, sometimes in the mountains if it's a, you know, rough terrain and stuff. So let's see. All right, so that stopped. That stopped at 40. I don't know if it automatically stops, so I'm not going to hit the power button. I'm going to pop one and see if it blows air or if it's just automatic. All right, stopped. So it must have been automatic stop. $37.5. I probably lost a little bit, maybe. Yeah, it's still $35.5 on the back right or back left if you're looking at the car. $36. $37.5. So I think I'm going to try. I don't know if you can just do one tire at a time too. I think I'm going to try that. See if it works. If it just stops the other ones and doesn't allow it. Let me see. Oh, it says 38.5. Okay. $38. I guess the car stopped because it's been idling too long. Still says 36, so I'm gonna try and pop one on and see if I can do it with one or two. Even do one side. Oh, this is 37. Come on. 36. Let me try one tire, see if that works. So it's reading 39.6 on the gauge there. So it's only one tire. All right, let me just test that one again. So I think that's the pressure to the splitter. Yeah, 36.5. Let's see if we can. Let's do one tire, see if it does anything. 40. Let's try that. All right, so it does. See, I think it can inflate one tire at a time, or if you want 2 or 3 or whatever you need. So that's good. It blocks the other ones. So it's still reading 40. So let me see if that's reading 40 there. 3 and 37. Yeah, so it's good. It's you know, it's not absolutely perfect, but when you get the difference with the hoses and everything like that, like I said, I would probably set the setting to maybe 40 and then balance it out, and you know, and then see how they work out. But yeah, I'm totally pleased. Like I said, you know, usually when you go to a beach, I don't know if you've done it or not, but usually there's one hose, and you have to go to all 4 tires, and you have to stay there for, you know, however long it was been. Let me see, 55. So maybe it was like 4 minutes total of the inflation. So yeah, it's definitely much better than I said, getting at the beach. So you said you bring it with you, you know, anywhere you go, and yeah, definitely looks great. So I'm totally happy with this. You know, and see if we do say anything else, any other additions to the Bronco. But definitely thanks to, you know, Northeast Bronco Nation. You know, especially Jeremy. He helped put the group buy together, and like totally pleased. You know, he went above and beyond, and yeah. So like I said, definitely approve of it. MORRflate, you know, system, and you know, great. You know, good luck and thanks for watching.